Hello, this is Lee from Lee Draws Stuff, and today we're doing another video where Lee plays old video games poorly, and taking a break from King's Quest 1 because the Rumpelstiltskin uh, gnome thing is still irritating me, but I am researching that because I'd like to answer it without moving to the hint book, but I think I will be moving to the hint book. Today I've got a treat for you because a lot of people know me because I draw lots of Star Trek drawings, and today I will be looking at the DOS game that came out for Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. It's a Yes, I've played it. Well, I haven't really played it. This is the thing. I have the manual now. I have a general vague understanding of some of the gameplay of it. Uh, I've had to kind of adapt my keyboard and everything because it uses the F function keys, and of course I'm recording on a Mac, so it the function keys are secondary, and you need to kind of activate them, or you need to use the function button, which I realise now that as I'm looking at the screen that I haven't done, but I can muddle through that. At least I know where I'm going with it. So this isn't exactly my first try of the game. I did try having a quick game of it, and it was a disaster. And I had no idea because I hadn't looked through the manual at all, and I still haven't really looked through the manual, but I need it because there is some copy protection, so we'll get to that in a second. So let's kick off the game first. Okay, we're going to play in VGA. We're going to play in cadet level because, quite frankly, yeah. And police select a game to play. Now, my understanding is that the Wormhole Minefield, hand-to-hand combat, and Bird of Prey simulator are all part of the main game, which is the normal game, which is, of course, the fifth choice for some reason, not the first choice. And I think you can actually, just pick which components of the broader game you want to play. I'm going to stick with the main game just to give you a quick look at everything. This isn't going to go very long because I'm not very good at this game. Okay, so you would have noticed in the title screen too that the game actually thanks Will Wheaton, who would have been quite young when this was being made. So I'm curious to know what the story is behind that. But he's not on Twitter anymore, so I can't ask him on Twitter. These are pretty ugly screens to kick off. Basically, it's just kind of going through the whole process of explaining some of the backstory in a very. I don't know why it's so. Why they went with such kind of ugly screens at this stage. This is leading into the copy protection. And the copy protection is that you need to translate some Klingon. Now, I do have, as I said, the copy of the actual manual which explains this. I don't know. I might try and I'm going to try and guess it straight off. I know it's definitely not it's not the one with just got Kirk's name in it. So you can rule out the James Kirk and the I will capture the outlaw Kirk because it doesn't actually have Kirk in there. Um, yeah, I would not be able to guess. So we're going to have to go to the actual to the manual on that one. So let's bring that up. So this is what the manual looks like. Obviously, before I clicked into this, I probably should have confirmed what it is. So GHUH is what we're looking for. G. It's riveting video. And there we go. Set our coordinates for 000 Mark II. So we don't need that anymore. Right. Yes, we do, because that is not one of the options, which is irritating. So I wish I hadn't shut that down now. As I say, riveting for you guys. That's really annoying. Ah, here we go. Prepare to disrupt banks for combat. And funny enough, it's the first one which was chosen, so yeah, we could just hit enter. Excellent. So we wish to review the mission briefing because obviously I'd like to stall for time. And I'll get through these. I won't read these out. If you're really interested, you can always click it. But basically, it's the plot of Star Trek V, condensed. Sometimes it's not the quickest. I love these screens. They're full of color, and I love the animation and stuff. So it's very cool. I really love this. This looks all really neat. It's a nice slow dissolve. Now, this is the thing. I don't know why they didn't use this screen for the everything else, because this looks really sweet. The only thing I have an issue with is the 1901. I'm not sure if I'm not sure what that's relating to, but it's certainly not the Enterprise. And of course, we get to see Harve Bennett. He does look a little bit hunched over for some reason. I'm not really sure what's going on there. And some more exposition. I love this screen. I love Cybok's shifty eyes. I love the movement on his friend's head. I actually think it looks like it's a beautiful pixel art. So yeah, but I really do like Cybok's shifty eyes. It's not really responsive to, and again, potentially, I guess a cut scene or a different angle showing. I think his name's Core. And then we massively jump into the whole process of Kirk and Spock and everyone there already. And one complaint for nitpickers would be that they're wearing the wrong uniform. But I think I should point out that Spock's eyeshadow, the green eyeshadow on Spock, is on point. So, we take what we can get. Again, a weird screenshot. Kirk showing Cybok. This is not how it happens in the movie, obviously. But Kirk kind of showing Cybok around the Enterprise, which is just odd. Then we get another animated one, which I wish they were all animated. I think it's a shame that they didn't do them all animated. I mean, I think they're just animated GIFs, so I don't think it would have taken up a huge amount of space. I love this special effect because it reminds me of the movie, which is kind of a bad indication of the movie's special effects. And that's weird too because that's not a Klingon bird of prey, so I don't know kind of where they went with that. And so the game begins. So this is when we finally get into the game. And the game is, yeah, I'm not really sure how to describe it. I guess it's some sort of simulator. Um, I have I get kind of the vibe of PSI 5 trading company, um, where you've got to kind of set a course and stuff like that. Now, the way you actually talk to, and I will, please forgive me, you're about to get blasted with some sound, is basically you talk to each of the different people. Yeah, see, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? And you can kind of give them orders. So let's give Spock the sensors orders. He just does that. I'm not really sure why that's a good thing. Then we have Dr. McCoy, and we can get Dr. McCoy to come to the bridge. He's already doing stuff. Then we go talk to Sulu. Oh no, I've hit the wrong button. So let's plot the course. And then we see an arrow show up on the screen. On the screen down in the corner. And I assume, this is me just assuming here, you've got to line it up. And it's not as easy as it looks on screen. Because what happens is it just swings wildly. I don't know if it's like I'm just not sure how to stop it. It just keeps swinging wildly. There we go. We got it perfect. Well, almost perfect. I'm happy with that. So we can kind of we'll talk to Chekhov before we set off. So, oh no, that's Uhura. So we'll get her to monitor the comms. She's obviously already doing that. Chekhov is of course by. He's doing raising the shields, arming the phasers, all that type of stuff, which is good. We'll get him to stand by. He probably is confused why we would get him to do that. And finally we have Scotty, who we can just get him to do kind of all the things that you would expect Scotty to do. So why don't we get more power from him, because, you know, why not? And let's go back to Sulu, and we will get Sulu to go to warp speed, I think. Now, okay, we go back to this ugly screen, and suddenly the game jumps to back to Star Trek: The Motion Picture, which is unbelievably weird, and we get into a wormhole effect. Now, this is not going to go well for anyone. It actually captures, so I just smack into stuff. Yeah, there we go. I'm completely outside the wormhole. I don't know whether or not, and there's the poor Enterprise. One of the nacelles is on fire. There's a bit of damage in the dish, and there's some sort of electricity coming out of it, which is bad. Yeah, so that's just unfortunate. I'm just not. I don't know whether or not that's a joystick thing, whether or not you need to play with a joystick because the arrow keys are not responsive enough, or whether or not that's an emulator issue. At any rate, this is as far as I get in this game, and yeah, and there we go. And we find out the Klingons went and let God out of the planet, and the war with the Klingons is now inevitable, even though I would have thought that the godlike creature would just be wreaking havoc on the Klingons and everyone else anyway. So that's where we're at. So that is Star Trek V played badly by me, and I'm not even, like, I'm curious. I will go back and look at the other games. I do think that it's a joystick issue, if it's anything. I will read the manual at some time too. So there you go, and I hope you really enjoyed this. It's an interesting installment into the whole Star Trek franchise as far as video games are concerned. There's some beautiful screens in there. You can go into the game's kind of data and pick out the images if you haven't got the patience to go through the game. I'll probably go back and have a look at the other ones. I'm not exactly sure if I would invest a huge amount of time into this, but had a look and had a play. Thanks very much. If you like the channel, certainly subscribe. Do all the YouTubey things. I'm not going to say all the cliches, but you can also, if you enjoy the drawings and stuff like that too, jump into patreon.com/LeeDrawsStuff, and you can support me on there and see all the background drawings as far as the pencils and everything are concerned. And if you like this video, let me know, and I'll keep doing kind of various different DOS deep dives. Thanks very much, everyone.